Good evening, guys. How is everybody doing tonight? I had an awesome weekend, or last couple days. Got to meet some really cool guys. Got to meet Mr. Henderliner. I've met him before, but got to hang out with him for the day. And we we just came back from BBB. So if you had seen some pictures on Facebook, I was down with Mr. Aaron Parker and Bobby Walker, and we was just with the Guru crew, the YouTube gurus, and we was there with. I was down there with Rob Anderson, so we had a bunch of people there. So, how? What is? I've been reading a book here, and I'm going to share it here shortly. And I've actually read two books, and both of these books, one of them is about growing a business, about setting up your business so that you can grow, setting up your pressure washing business so that you can scale it, put people in places where they need to be at, and grow your business. The second book that I just read this week on the way back from Nashville is how to get more organic traffic, how to build your pressure washing business so that way you can grow it. And this is anybody, and this is really good for people in the SEO world, search engine optimization. This is kind of content marketing stuff. And this is a way that you can grow your website and build it to a bigger audience. So it's an awesome book. Both of these are awesome books. The first book was a book that I was kind of like, I've heard a lot of people talk about it, but it's not one that's kind of sexy and flashy and makes you want to love this book. And so it is a great book. And I'm kind of wanting to learn more about this book, and I want to set it up so that way I can help you all grow and scale your business through the principles of this book. And basically, the gist of this book is having having an org chart basically is what it is. Not starting up a business and being like, oh, I'm going to hire this dude and I'm going to hire that dude, and you don't know which dude does what. Maybe you started a business with a business partner or two or three business partners, and nobody knows who's doing what. And that's what this book is really about. And this book here that I'm talking about is really a book that talks about putting all this together in an org chart. And if you are that person, you put your name in all of them. But the goal is to start filling these charts up with people so that way we can start growing that business. We can start scaling the business. We can maybe open another location, because when we do this, this is how we're able to do that. So that book that I'm talking about there is called, and if you go to pressurewashhelp.com/store, it'll take you to all of my books that I have put in here. And this book that I'm talking about is this book right here, E-Myth Revisited. It is, like I say, it's not a sexy looking book at all by any means. In fact, that's one reason why I hadn't read it. But there's things even that I'm wanting to implement so that way I can make sure that you can grow and scale your business. And I know a lot of people aren't all about reading books, and especially some people are you're wanting to learn how to grow that pressure washing business, and you're really wanting to focus in on that, and you're really wanting to just, I got to learn everything about pressure washing. I need to know everything about pressure washing. And that is not going to grow your business. That right there is not what's going to grow your business. What's going to grow your business is being a business. And sometimes I understand that, the money looks good. The money is stuff that we want to really draw and do, really hammer down. But that is not how we're going to grow and scale our business. Because what's going to grow and scale our business is not equipment, not pressure washing. It's going to be, I actually heard another thing today out of this next book that I've read. I've always said that Kirk Kempton has always said that we're a customer service business, so happen to be doing pressure washing. Well, in this other book that I'm reading, basically was saying we're basically a media company that just so happens to be doing pressure washing or swimming pools. This guy here has how he grew his swimming pool business, and so I'll talk about that book here next. But a lot of times we get stuck in this. We gotta hurry up and do what we need to do to grow this business, and that's not what's going to get us to the next level. It's going to be a big year, guys. Lots of capital out there. Yes. So, with that said, the next book that I read on the way back, it's a little bit of a longer book, but it's a good book. I like it a lot. It's a book that I've heard him talk on many podcasts. I follow him on LinkedIn. Everything he says on LinkedIn, I'm always liking it. He has really good. That's where all his stuff is on LinkedIn, and basically, if you're trying to grow your website, if you're trying to get content on your website, if you're trying to SEO your website, I highly, highly, with everything I have, want you to read this book or listen to this book. If you don't like reading, then you can listen, because that's how I learned too. I could read the book and couldn't tell you what's on the first page, but if I listen to it, I can tell you a whole lot out of that book, and it's a great book. Now, it's another one that not all like one that you would be like, man, that's a great book looking, but it is a good book. It has a lot of information on, because it takes us out of the salesman role, and it puts us in the teacher role. And when we get into that teacher role, we can educate that customer and sell a lot better. In fact, we can sell a lot higher percentage by educating them, by letting them know how you do your services and everything like that. And so this book, again, if you go to pressurewashhelp.com/store, it's this one right here. It's called They Ask, You Answer. It is another great book. Again, very good book. Marcus Sherrilton is he's actually reads the book. He's got, like I say, I've listened to him on several different podcasts that he's been on, and I would highly, highly recommend. Basically, what it says: they answer, you answer. They ask, you answer. And so that way you're taking all of the questions of what, and basically what he says to do is every question that comes in, what's those, in house washing and pressure washing, we get all those hard questions. And a lot of times we don't like to answer those questions. A lot of times we want to sky it away from there. But if we can be the person that when they come to that website and that we've answered those questions, that is the goal. So that way, and the other great thing about this is when you get people on your website and you have a website that is very good at answering all the people's questions, they're going to buy from you, because it goes back to, if they know, like, and trust you, they buy from you. And so that is why I like this book. I started it on the way down to Nashville, and I'm still listening. I still got an hour left, and that's me going down and back out of Nashville. I probably could have sped it up a little bit, but again, another great book. These two books will about guarantee you, I'm never give 100% guarantee because you got to do some work, will help grow your business. These two books right here alone will help you grow your business and get it to the next level. It will take you from here to here, because this is why I'm going to be honest. I'll be flat honest. I'm 41 years old, and until about a year ago, I've never read books. I've listened to hundreds of podcasts. I love podcasts. I've listened to lots and lots of podcasts. But what I started doing is started reading books. And this is, if you haven't done this already, I would highly recommend you to do this. Make it a goal. Make it, you will read 6 books by the end of the year. And when you do that, you will become a way better business person. You will be smarter. And not only go into these books just reading a lot, but going in these books and learning something out of it and taking action. Take the one little thing and take action. Because we can read lots of books. In fact, Russell Brunson says he would rather you read one book 10 times and take action on it than read 10 books and don't take no action. So that would be my goal for you is go out there and make sure that you are reading books. And if you go to pressurewashhelp.com/store, like I had here, I don't care if you click here or not, if you just go do the books, go in here, and these are some great books. I'll show you. A bunch of these, I just got done reading this one here. Very good book. If you want to try to get your average tickets up and you want to get more money, this is a great book. I haven't read Traction. I'm getting ready to read this one next. I'm going to be actually driving to Fredericksburg, Virginia to the class. So I'm going to be listening to that book next. Reason why I'm driving up to Fredericksburg, because I don't like flying. Well, it ain't that. The time difference that I'm going to save from flying to driving isn't worth wearing, putting up with a bunch of crap that far. Another good book to read is this one right here, Extreme Ownership. Very good book. It's a good book of whose fault is it? You know, a lot in this world, in this generation, and in this culture, we want to blame everybody else. Last person we want to blame is ourselves. And this book here makes you take ownership, so then that way you can start growing your business. Vivid Vision, another great book. It's a short read. It's not very long. It's only about 2 hours on audio, 2 or 3 hours. Another great book. If you don't know your vision and you don't know what your long-term goals are, then we're just shooting at the wall, and we're not even aiming. We're just kind of pulling up and just shooting. Don't even know what we're hitting. Pumpkin Plan. Where's Pumpkin Plan at? Profit First is a good book. But all these books are good books. Pumpkin Plan, another great book. Again, it talks about getting our average ticket up. It's talking about getting us to pick the bad pumpkins off and keeping the good and making our big pumpkins bigger. And that is what Pumpkin Plan's about. You know, if you want to grow your business, get rid of the crappy customers and go after your good customers, because at the end of the day, the top 20% are probably the ones you want. So just some good books here that I would highly recommend. Dan Kennedy, if you want to learn anything about marketing, is a great book. Andrew Pitts put reading Extreme Ownership and Pumpkin Plan currently. Again, both are great books. Now, I want you to understand that this is one of those things that if I knew now what I knew 10 years ago when I was starting my business, and I would have been somebody to tell me to read these books or listen to them, I would be a lot farther than I am now. I had Wesley on here that's 26 years old, and his goal is to read 60 some books this year. So that is why he kind of put the goal on me to do 20. I'm like, I'm going to do 24 books. That's 2 books a month. I think I can do that. And so that's my goal. And so what I would want you to do is just pick, even if you do 2 books, maybe, if you like reading them better, then fine. If you don't, listen to them, and you can get a lot out of it by doing that. Again, we get into a habit that we think that equipment, I can't grow because I don't have the equipment. And that is very rarely true. In fact, that's most of the time, I've seen guys do well over $100,000 with a 4 gallon a minute out of the back of a pickup or out of the back of a crappy trailer. It can be done. It will be done if you're willing to do it. What people don't want to do is the hard work. And that is going out there and hammering down and not letting up. Just because you start getting a little busy doesn't mean you stop marketing. Because when you stop marketing, guess what's going to happen? The wheels are going to start locking up on you, and then you're going to be like, oh crap. So we always got to be marketing. We always got to be getting ourselves to the next level. And that is for sure one of the things that you want to do. So again, They Ask, You Answer is the book I'm reading right now, and I would highly recommend it. And then the other book that I would highly recommend, you starting your business, even if you're just starting, because here's the thing, if we build our wall and we build it on a bad foundation, our whole house is going to fall over. E-Myth helps us build on a good foundation, so then that way we can build on top of it and our wall won't fall over. So that is why I'm saying go out there and check E-Myth, because it will help build your foundation, so that way you can grow your business, you can be more successful, and you can get to the next level. You can have time freedom, you can be debt free, and that is what I'm looking for you all to be. That is my goal for you, so that way you can grow your business, you can do it. It's back to extreme ownership. If you don't take ownership, nobody's going to take. If you want to blame somebody for everything else, you will probably not be successful. The likeliest chance of you being successful by you blaming other people is about 0% of you being successful. Even down to if you want to blame your employees. You know what? If you didn't put the right systems in place, that's your fault. That's not your employee's fault. If you didn't put a system into place that he gets written up for doing stupid stuff, and he keeps doing stupid stuff, and you're not writing him up to get rid of him, that's your fault, not his fault. That's your fault. And so these are some things that you have to do, so that way you can grow your business, be successful, get it to the next level, so you can have the time freedom, you can have all the stuff that you want. And as Reggie put, you have to own it. Don't play the victim mentality. The victim mentality will get you nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. That is one thing that drives me nuts, is the victim mentality. And I know we are in a culture right now that we love blaming everybody else. And it doesn't matter. And we're in the culture right now, it is so bad it ain't even funny. And here's the deal. You can blame all the people in the world you want. You can blame the Republicans, the Democrats, you can blame everybody. But if you're, here's the thing, those are things that you can't change. You can't change any of that stuff. You can't change any of that stuff up at the higher end. What you can change is what you do with you. Yeah, you can change with your vote, but that's a year. Other than that, you have to go out there and make the change that you want. You have to do it. And if you want to, get to that $10,000 a month, you have to go do it. Or maybe you want to get to that $1 million a year. That's what you have to do is figure out what you want to do to get it there. And yes, as Greg put, but it's not my fault. You're right. It's not my. It is. You're right. It's not my fault. It's your fault. We can blame game all day long, but the blame game does us no good. When we don't take ownership of that, all that does is want to sit there and pout and cry and pout about it. And, it does us no good. In this game, we are conquerors. And that goes back to thinking positive, getting away from negative people. Negative people are the worst things that you can be around. If you want to lose your business, if you want to feel bad for yourself, get around negative people. Negative people love negativity. Negative people they just love negativity. And the sad thing about this is actually, we was talking down at BBB, one of the guys was there, and he was like, the worst person for my business was my mother. Why don't you go do that? You could go get you a job and just have full time and not have to worry about it. Hey, guess what? And what you do, all bugs. Guess what? There's nothing, in 2020, we found out that you can go work for a corporate job and work that 9 to 5, but there's no guarantees. There's a lot of people that got laid off. I know some people that got laid off and they got a bunch of kids and, it's not fun. So that is things that you have to do and get out there and do it. I put out 50 signs in the last 3 days, 4 calls, 2 bids, 1 job. Accomplished. Bobby Walker, can't control everything that happens, but you can control how you choose to react. And again, mindset is key. I think mindset is, I put at one of the biggest things that, mindset is one of the biggest things that will get you to the next level, that will help you grow. Don't think you know it all, because the day that you think you know it all, you don't. I don't know everything. I probably only know half of what I need to know. When you think you know it all, that's the problem. That's when you're going to stay right where you are. You're not going to grow. You're probably going to start dying, and that is not a good spot. So, sometimes you need other people to help you. Sometimes you need other influencers and different things to help you grow your business. Sometimes now I'm not saying that that's all you need, but sometimes you need different things. So, State Line, can't decide between a 5.5 or 8 gallon. Any thoughts? Honestly, I would, for the price difference, I would totally go with the 8 gallon, because it ain't much price difference than that 5, and I think you get a lot more flow at that point. Hey y'all, I'm a little late to the party. So, I do have about 3 or 4 spots left for my in-person training. That is in Fredericksburg. This is going to be a little class. It's only 10 people, so that way you get hands-on. I teach, the way I do my trainings is you get to do the little hands-on stuff. You get to hold the gun. You get to spray the water. You get to do everything. And the reason why I do my classes that way is that's how I learned. And I know that's how I've helped a lot of people get started, so growing their business, so they'll get started on the right foot. So if you want to check it out, you can go to pressurewashhelp.com/in-person training, and that is what it is. Again, if you want 30 days free, I'm thinking about getting rid of the free for a little bit. So you may want to jump in on that. pressurewashhelp.com/free. You get 30 days free. Now, I am getting ready to put my 25 steps to the perfect house wash. I've got it built out. I'm wanting it. I taught it in my last class. I'm going to teach it one more time, and then I'm going to actually do the videos for it. That way, I kind of get all the bugs out of it and make sure that I like what I have. And so that is definitely something that you should check out. I also put in on the dates. If you go to pressurewashhelp.com/dates, I've added a Cincinnati class. It will be in Northern Kentucky. I don't know exactly where at in Northern Kentucky, but it will be in Northern Kentucky. I believe it's April 16th. How far is too far? 50-mile radius. I'm in New Jersey. Lots of people here. Yep. We went a long way. It's supposed to drop to 28 degrees tonight, and my equipment safe? That's on the borderline. That's I would at least make sure the pump is emptied. I would hate for you to lose a pump. That's a little close. That can be pushing it. Depending on, if it's windy and it's kind of really blowing everything, I might be a little scared at 28. If it was up to 30, I was usually okay with it. Getting under 30, I kind of get scared a little bit. I only worry about things I can control. Things that I do not control, do not worry about. 40 to 50 mile an hour wind here. It sucks. Can't spray anything. Yeah, it was cold today. It was 50 degrees, but the wind was getting it. I learn daily how ignorant I really am. And I mean, honestly, that's what it comes down to, Andrew. And even me, I'm reading, I've learned lots about, I've learned all kinds of things about content writing and SEO and different things. And I read that book, and it's like, that's a good information there. The one last thing I want to hit real quick is I do have a mentorship. This is going to be a 4-month period. This is, I have had some questions asking me of what this is. This is my Voxer program. This is how I've helped Jason get to $150,000 last year from 2020. I only have 2 spots left. I have 3 spots taken. I only have 2 left. It is something that, it's a Zoom call once a week with everybody on it. So we just had our first one this past week on Tuesday. And then you have Voxer access to ask me any questions that you may need. And this is where I will help you, come along with you on your journey to get you to the next level. So it doesn't matter if you're just starting out or you're trying to go from 100,000 to 200,000 or 500,000. I've gotten it to 1 million. If you're over that, you're probably not my customer because I've never done over 1 million. I got an idea of what I need to do, but if you're that big, no. As you rise, many people will disapprove, rise away. Anyway, and a lot of times people will be negative until you are, until you get where they are, and then they all want to come with their hands out. They're like, hey, you remember me? You're like, yeah, I remember you. You were the negative Nelly that I don't want to be around. Do I need a website or just build a landing page will do? A landing page will do just fine. Landing page will do just fine. That's what I was thinking, Jason. Saw the GX 398 gallon for $19.95. Is that down in Florida? Is that where it is? I think that's the one. TJ's down there in Florida sells it for that. I think it is. If you go to that video I did, I put a link to his website down there underneath there. I happen to have both an 8-gallon and a 5-gallon as my backup on wheels. They both work, but the 8 will pave itself in a good week and it's faster. So William, you're saying the 8 is good, with better than the 5 on that 390. I've never done them compared side to side. That is something that I haven't done. but that's a good information to know. The one thing I did do is I got all kinds of downstream injectors. I bought the Super Sucker 500, the Super Sucker, all of them. I've got the 1.8, the 1.2.1, 2.3, and I'm going to be doing some testing on them, and I'm going to do the difference in between all of the different injectors and how they pull and all of that kind of stuff. It's not about the pressure, it's about the flow. What is it? Oh, I never signed nothing. Um, just ordered magnet business cards from Vista Prince today. Stick those bad boys everywhere. Was anyone at the New Jersey boot camp 2 weeks ago? My phone extension does not show up on my Google ads. Have you added your Google extension ads? Make sure that you have added that extension on there. And there, you go under the Google where it says ads, and then underneath ads, it'll say the extension. Pressure King LLC. I got a decent amount of calls from yard signs last year. No Facebook ads. Is boosting Facebook ads that effective? If you get good at them, they can be effective. There's been a little bit of an issue here lately that I know I've been seeing ads that are all over the country that aren't supposed to be here. And I had heard that Facebook had done something with the algorithm or something, and that is what had happened. I don't know how true that is, but I've seen several different ads showing up here, and they're not an area code nowhere near here. So I don't know what that is. When will you come to Georgia? I will be in Georgia. And I'm going to put out something here. So don't buy your huge tickets yet. I'm supposed to get a deal where you can do it. It'll be at the huge convention. And if there's kind of a contest, so make sure you buy it under mine once I get it set up. I haven't gotten that yet, but I was told I was going to get something. So run window washer fluid through your pump. Yeah, either window washer fluid, RV antifreeze, anything like that will help it. Hey, Jason, do you recommend hitting a city 250,000 houses with yard sign door hangers everywhere, or just put out signs everywhere, multiple places? Yeah, multiple places. What? Those bricks behind you may need a little soft washing. Here, now I'll change it here to some beach there. That's where I'd like to be. Here's Jason washing here. State line. The only bad part about the 8-gallon is you will have to have good water source, and it has to have a good water tank. Yeah, I always had a 65-gallon for my 8 gallons. Yeah, and that's the thing, state line. If it don't matter what size tank you have, no matter what size water tank you have, if you're not willing to run around with a full tank, you just got to remember that a 50-gallon stand-up tank or a 65-gallon tank fills up a lot faster than a 300-gallon tank. So if you have a 300-gallon tank and you're running around empty, 10 gallons is only this much. So that's the issue with that. If you're short on cash, I would grab the 5.5. The thing about it is that 5.5 is not that much cheaper than the 8. That 5.5, it's like 1,700, and the other one is like 1,900. So honestly, I would go with the 8-gallon a minute because you're going to be cleaning a lot faster. What should my percentage be, or should I wait until the temp goes up? Asking for my wife. Roof wash at 48 degrees. You can do a roof wash and be at 50-50 and it'll clean it. I bought Bitcoin with my profits and doubled my money. Yes, I saw it in Manatee. I need TJ's site. I think it's Manatee, ManateePressureWashing.com, I believe it is what I think it is. Five and a half at 2,500 or 4. You want the 5.5 or 8 gallon, either one of them. Usually that 5.5 will go up to 3,000 psi. You can do the 8 gallon at 2,500 with that 390, and like I say, the price difference isn't that much. Again, it's not about pressure. It's about it's not about pressure at all. It's about, let me see something. It's about the volume. Yeah, this is it right here. Here, I'll go to my screen here. So it's what's the website here? This is it right here. Website. It is mpwsr.com. mpwsr.com. And then you can go down here to the 8 gallon a minute. Let's see, where's the 8 gallon a minute? Shop inventory. Where's that bad boy at? Right here. 8 gallon a minute. Right here it is. 8 gallon, $1,800. So if you do the electric start, it's at $2,100. So that's a great little money making machine right there. You're funny. So, and again, you can't make money down in Florida is what I'm being told. That's what I was laughing at about on my thing. This was down in Florida. He's hitting $1,000 days, $1,000, $1,500 days. That's pretty awesome. I remember my first time hitting $1,000 a day. I didn't know what I was doing. State line. It will work with a 100-gallon tank. I have an IBC tote. The water weight is a lot. Yeah. You just got to remember, especially if you're not, you might think it's only 100 gallons of water, but 100 gallons of water is 800 pounds. And then you got 100 gallons of bleach. That's 1,000 pounds. You're at 1,800 pounds with no equipment. And that's a lot of weight on a little trailer. If you don't have a tandem axle trailer and a good and that's also a lot of weight that you got to stop. That's a lot of weight. If you're just in a little F-150 or something like that, and you're on that trailer, that's a lot of weight that you're pulling around. Yeah, 5.8 or 5.8 trailer. That's not 5x8 is a small trailer. That's a lot of weight for that. I know that axle, if you got the big axle, should be rated at 3,500 pounds, but that's a lot of weight. I do not use downstream injector. I mix 100-gallon tanks and run H2O through my pump. Works for me. Mr. Logan. Hey, Jason, I'm washing this locomotive this coming Tuesday if you want to come ride along. Man, let me think about that. I think you're too far out of the way, dude. I'm headed that way, but I'm not going that far up. I'm driving to Fredericksburg, Virginia on Wednesday. I'm driving up on Wednesday. I might look at that. I don't know. I think you're pretty far up off of 70, aren't you? You're up in the north. Because that would be some awesome video. Where are you located at again, Logan? Because I could leave a day early. Wife won't be happy, but I can get some video because I need some video. I'm kind of stuck on video right now. I haven't put no videos out in 2 days or two things. But I wasn't just going to put anything up. I wanted good stuff. I love cardio. When is the best time to get insurance? If you own stuff, if you have a house and cars and stuff like that, really soon, because you want to make sure that you're not liable of that. So that's definitely something you want to make sure that you can get out of there. Nathan, I've been starting to get some calls. Yesterday I washed for 20 hours with 4-hour break, but I have some restaurants. Yeah, I know, DJ. I mean, it's just we're at this point that and this weather today didn't help out any either. These cold days don't help things out. We need that grass to get growing. I used a shop vac and sucked out the water. Yeah. Thank you, Jason, for the content. What is the percentage of SH for post-treatment of driveways with downstream? Whatever I'm using for my house wash mix, if it's straight, I'm going to just pour straight out. It'll be 1.5, 1.25, 1.5. And then if it's the other way, I'm going to, I'll do it the other way. DNT on. Watch out. We make this crypto system. I've actually seen some people taking crypto. I don't know how that's going to work out. Can you give us a package list of service goods, better, best, only doing power washing and self washing? Yeah, you go to pressurewashhelp.com/free and I talk about it in there. I like if you do exterior window cleaning, obviously it would be house wash, exterior window cleaning, driveway cleaning. If you don't do exterior window cleaning, you could do exterior window or house washing, wax, concrete. Don't overthink it. What's the absolute furthest you chase work and go? We went up into Columbus. I've been up into Indianapolis, which is 2.5 hours away, where we've sent guys up there, spent the night, all of that kind of stuff. The one in Columbus was it was about a 3-day job. It was a big old building. It was a 3-day job, so we spent the night up there and just did it up there. I did a big job, Columbus, Ohio, and that was a week's job. It was a cedar roof. We cleaned it and we resealed that roof. It was a 10,000 square foot roof. It was a monster. Let me know about those huge tickets when you get to set up. Yeah, I'm hoping I'm going to talk to one of the owners this week, so I will find out about it. I have a random stupid question. If someone in chat can answer, please. If you are spraying at a residence, do you hook up to the homeowner's hose and use their water, or do you bring your tank? We use their water. Let us know about downstream injectors once you check them all out. I have been using the general pump ones. They work fine, but I love this. Yeah, and I've got them all, man. I got every one of them. I got all the general pumps. I got the Super Sucker from EnviroSpec. I got a whole box of them. I got about $500 freaking worth of them. Now, I am going to be giving them away, and the way that you get to enter is, unless I get doing it on here, the way you enter is if you join the membership, and in there's a section that if you comment, if you write your success stories down, you do it for accountability. There's a place of what you're going to do this week and stuff like that, because I want accountability, because accountability is what will help you grow your business and get you to the next level. I got a downstream $90 sitting right here, or I don't know, I think they're $100 some right here. So I'm going to even do it through the bypass, so that way I can show how that works. I think all this here was almost $500. It don't take long to get to $500. So I can show you here the other valve there I got. I got this bad boy right here. Big old the super sucker with the check valve, the $100, $100 some check valve in it. And so my biggest thing is I want to compare stuff. Oh crap! What I do with that other one? Oh, this one here is this is the super sucker from EnviroSpec, and this one here is the deluxe super sucker. So I want to see which one's going to pull more. I want to see all of that kind of stuff. So that's kind of why I bought all that. I got all kinds of connectors and all kinds of stuff. Like I say, I got over $500 worth of downstream injectors just in this little box right here. That's what 5 $100 bills look like. So I will be giving them away. I may give some away on here. I may give some away. I'm definitely going to give some away in my group. I've been giving something away every Monday in my pressure wash help group. So what you do, I can show you what it is. Because what I have learned to help people get better and further along in their businesses is when you say you will do something and somebody holds you accountable, it gets you further along. It's amazing what happens. You know, that is what happens when you have community. That's what happens when you have different things. And you can see that, and I just started this page not too long ago, so it don't got a whole lot on it, but that means you got more chances. And every time you post in here, you get a chance to win something. And I've given away quite a bit. I'm giving away a mixer valve, a remote mixer valve, if the freaking thing ever comes in. You know, but this is what I really love, is the success stories. Success stories is what makes me happy. Won my first $1,000 job today. Packages are definitely the way to go. Now I need to build the window cleaning rig next week. Packages, if you're not doing them, you're crazy for not doing them. Packages are definitely something that will get you higher ticket, get the average ticket up, and everything like that. Let's see, I know I got some good ones in here, but I wanted to see. Paid off 3 credit cards. Have our business, thank you for that. Had 8 buds come in, or 8 bids come in this week for referrals. And he just sent me another one that said he's going to be completely debt free in the next 30 days. That is an amazing success story. I don't care who you are, I don't care what you do. That is an amazing success story. You know, that is what, a lot of times we don't celebrate our wins. And when we don't celebrate our wins, the problem of it is, then what's ever good enough? When are we ever going to celebrate anything? When we hit $1 million? Well, $1 million probably, we want $2 million. So we got to celebrate our wins as we go, so that way we can keep it going. Is that 8 gallon with a 390? Yes, it is. Like, is there a standard in the business? It is talked about or just expected for them to know if you will be using. It's just expected. It's just part of the sales part. I'm in Central Florida, February. I was just talking about Andrew's. Andrew's success story here, and here's another awesome success story. I'm in Central Florida. And remember, there's only $99 guys in Florida. That's what this guy right here said when he started my mentorship last year, that there's no money. You can't make money in Florida because there's only $99 guys. I'm in Central Florida. February was our 5th month and did $19,000 in Florida. Do you think that's life-changing? Because he's just paid off 3 credit cards right there. And like I said, he said he's going to be debt-free at the end of this. So that is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I love it. And that's why I like hearing success stories on here, because that makes me excited to help make you excited too. Thanks, guys. I just did a standard across the business. I grow $65,000 my first 5 months. It's awesome. I'm going to run an 8-gallon off a 55 vertical tank. Yep, that'll be fine. Um, you ask them where the hookup is on the home or business. They'll tell you. If it's an issue, they can bring them on. Here's the thing. If it's an issue, this is what 9 times out of 10 is. Don't worry about it. Don't do it then. They're not your customer. When I tried to haul water, I had a 500-gallon tank, and I blew my transmission out. So their little $200 house wash, because that's what I was when I first started, wasn't worth blowing my transmission out. That I had to go buy a new truck for it. Run an 8-gallon with 150-gallon tank, and I still have to stop and let it catch up. And when you're at that far, you got to even wait longer because it takes even that much longer. I'll see you in Fredericksburg. Looking forward to it. Fredericksburg will be fun. The job is in Parkersville, West Virginia. I'm in Marietta, Ohio. Parkersville, West Virginia. I might have to write that down or see where that is. Because if that's on my way, I might take an extra day, come up early. Parkersburg, Marietta. That's south, isn't it? I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm not open yet. I'm in Massachusetts, too cold. Just going pre-books. Hey, this Dark Horse, this would be a good time to read that book I'm telling you about, and working on your website of that. Be a great time to do that. I did my own shingles roof today, just hitting it with heavy bleach concentrated and then rinsed it off, and it looks great. I live in a subdivision and know my neighbors are getting letters. You can use pool shock, works better than bleach. Put 1 gallon of pool shock to 1 gallon of bleach. Put that in a mixed pump up sprayer if that's all you have, and spray away. That's all you need. Buy a 55-gallon tank. Watch one. Here's the thing, too, guys. And even that, you can put it in a garbage can. I'm going to show you how to build a system for next to nothing out of a garbage can. I switched to downstream this year with a remote box. It's awesome. I do like. Is it the one with the bypass remote? Is it this one here with the D10, or is it just the box like this that just shuts it on and off? The biggest thing I'm going to say about those boxes is, and we forget about this a lot of times, when we're walking back and forth to the truck, that's actually dwelling time. That's dwell time for that stuff to keep killing. So sometimes we get in a hurry, we may turn it off and it may not clean it. But if you're using a stronger bleach, then you don't have to worry about it as much. Do you ever coat wood stained plastic with doors? Do you ever cover wood stain? Or stay the hell away from them, is what I'm going to tell you. Unless you want to do a door, do not let that bleach get on there. Water can even mess it up. Stay away from it. Even taping them off doesn't mean that it's going to be 100% dry behind there. You can mess up some doors. Does anybody know anything about J&E Equipment in Florida? Just ordered a system from them? Nope. I have 2 college kids. They told me that last night they were getting ready, tired of all the talk about starting for 2 years, and that I should just listen to all the life advice I have taught them. Do it! That's right, Robert. Do it. You know, you might think you're too old. You're not too old. I've had 60-year-olds start up. I know 60-year-olds that are making good money, and they're by themselves. You're never too old. KFC started when he was like 66. Is there a big benefit to having water-fed pole for window cleaning versus a regular pole? The lightness of it, and then if you can get a carbon fiber, they don't bend. The aluminum poles will bend bad. I'm driving 60 miles 2 times a week for a month for $20,000. I set one lone sign by my cousin's house, 140 miles away, and they are calling. Guess I price accordingly and visit family more. Yeah, and that's the thing. You can set it up of, hey, I'm going to go this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just make sure that you're making it's worth your time to drive that far. I felt like a hypocrite. You're coming to Fredericksburg. What's going on? Live within an hour. I'm doing pressurewashhelp.com/train in-person training. I don't know if that link works or not. In-person training. I'm doing an in-person training next Friday. I'll be there. I'm actually coming up on Tuesday. I'm not coming up on Wednesday. I'm gonna meet with another guy that did my Christmas light class last year. I was gonna fly. I kind of procrastinated, and the plane tickets have gone up a little bit. And I was looking at the time difference of me driving versus me flying. It's about a 4.5 hour drive or flight plus an hour drive on the end of it. And so I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna drive it. It's only 2.5 hours the other way, and I don't have to get into a little bitty uh, in a little bitty airplane. I don't know if you've ever been 6'6" and tried to get in an airplane. It's not the most comfortable ride. I do it, but it's not something that I really care for. Would like one of those. Hey, Jason, belt or gear driven? If you had a choice, and do both need a bypass? Yeah, they're both going to need a bypass because that's going to keep them from from burning up. Um, I would go with the belt, but like that 690 I was showing you, it is actually a gear driven, and it works just fine. I bring 200 gallons of everywhere. I'm in a F350. 100 people watching, only 33 likes. What up, you giant? Mr. Arkansas Soft Wash. Need any equipment? Go check him out. He builds trailers, all kinds of different things. Go check out Mr. Sean. He does quality work. Nathan, most of the calls that I got so far are old customers or referrals. Reason why, there we go, some likes. Reason why I don't use a downstream injector is because I need max flow for my 4 gallon a minute pump. Okay, so you turn it off. Or you use this thing right here. If you want max flow, you put this bad boy on, turn it off here, and that gives you max flow. And I do not use the nozzles. I don't use the nozzles to turn the soap on and off because, again, flow is what gets it going. Don't fall in a pool or off a roof or any of that, especially if you have your phone in there. I downstreamed every day for a year with a 4 gallon minute and did pretty well. Mr. Scott, how's it going? What kind of draw ratios you think those injectors provide? Well, that's what I'm going to try to figure out what they're actually drawing. I'm going to get all the math. I'm not very good. I'm not a very smart man when it comes to math. So I'm going to have to try to figure out that. I'm going to have to give it to somebody that is smart that can make sure that I'm getting all the answers right. Basically, what I'm going to do is put a gallon jug, see how, get a 55-gallon jug or something that's fit 20, 30 gallons, put lines on it. So when that gallon goes out, how much did the water did it fill up? And that way I can kind of see where we are, along with how long did we, that kind of tells me too my time of how many gallons a minute I'm flowing. So I'm going to get a lot of data and see how that works. Ads are starting to take off. That's awesome. Thanks for the great advice. Hey, Jason, send me your address on Messenger. Okay. Using marketing taking forever. Full disclosure. Wonder why. Actually, I know there's another sign company that usually gets them in 3 days, and DJ ordered them 2 weeks, and it took them 2 weeks to get them in. So I'm wondering if they're having issues with China or something. If the money is right, drive that. Jason, do you sell in a better package than just surfactant and the basic house wash? I add some walkway surfaces cleaning, not sure how much to offer. Usually the walkway surfaces, I'm going to just do it as a driveway. Let's see. Thanks for the super chat, Mr. Scott. All right. Again, if I only have 2 spots for the mentorship, go check it out. If you want to help me, you want me to help you get your business to where you to the next level. Do you guys have a discount? I have a million questions. I didn't know the chat went into the video. Yeah, I have one right here. It's called pressurewashhelp.com/free, and you can learn how to pressure wash everything you need to know. I'm building the 25 steps of how to grow a business. I grew my business to over $1 million, and I teach you how to do the same. I teach you how to get started. It's got probably 150 videos in it. It shows you how to do marketing and everything. I'm in Massachusetts. We just making snowmen. I know you all got hammered. Of course, Denver got hammered too. Suggestions for product to remove wood staining off of vinyl siding. Redwood staining. I use for like when I did deck sealing and deck cleaning. It's a good it's a $1 product from Walmart. It's really cheap. Super clean. We'll get a lot of that stuff off of there. Hi from the UK. Just bought my first jet wash to go self-employed. Jason has given me better info in this business than anyone. I appreciate that. I've grown the business. I know what I've done. There's not many people out there that what I have done to get people to the next level. There's very few out there. There's a few people that's gotten to 250,000. Bobby's gotten to 700,000. Bobby Walker has. Again, he don't talk about equipment. He talks about what grows a business. And then the other person that has grown a business that he's starting to really push more content, and I would, the guys that I would really highly recommend for you to listen to, is Michael Hindeliner with the Power Wash store. He's starting to give a lot of great information, and so I would definitely listen to what he has to say. That dude, when you look at heroes, he's my hero. When I look at somebody, I look up to him. That is where, they always say you want to be the dumbest in the 5 room. He's one of them that I want in my room because he has a wealth of information. He's been giving 2-3 videos a week. And so I would definitely follow the powerwash.com store or Powerwash store, Michael Hindeliner. Michael Hindeliner is a freaking genius. He is literally a genius. And so I listen to everything he says. So I would definitely listen to what he has to say. I know there's a lot of guys that are bootstrapping it and all of this kind of stuff, and they're kind of growing their channels, and that's amazing. But that's not who I would be listening to. I want to listen to that guy that, he's probably worth $20-30 million. A lot. That's who I want to listen to. I want to be in a room of millionaires and multimillionaires. I don't want to be in a room with $100,000. I want to be in a room with people that I'm like just lost, because I want just something to rub off on me so that way I can understand how they understand so that I can grow my business like they've grown their business. And what I have found out, a lot of times there's some stuff you can do a little bit free to do that, but most of the time to get to that next level, that big of multitude. And I know a lot of us are just starting out in here, and you're already having mind-blowing experiences of, Andrew doing a $19,000 month. Greg Townsend doing a $24,000 month. Just started a year ago and going to do over $25,000, $30,000 in the month of March. That is mind blowing, mind boggling. But to those people, it's not. And so I'm not saying that that's something that they're bigger in glory, but what I'm saying is go listen to them. You know, Aaron Parker is paying $5,000, $6,000 a year to join the cigarette bar that has multi millionaires that come and hang out there. Garth Brooks, all the country singers down there have freaking at this bar that they've signed up at. Guess what? That's where I want to hang out with. I want to hang out with those people. I just want just a little bit of their knowledge. I want just a little bit of what they do, so that way I can grow my business and I can take what they teach me and get to the next level, because they're no different than you. They put their pants on just the same way that you put their pants on. The biggest thing that they have versus you don't have is they have a different mindset. And again, if I can change my mindset just a little bit, if they can give me just a little bit of information to turn my mindset just a little bit, that is what will get me to the next level. That is what will get you to the next level. And so, I'm not saying that you got to be around a lot of rich people, but you know what? I've been around rich people, and guess what? It helps a lot. It does help a lot. Yeah, and it was Michael Hindeliner, and he gives a lot of information out at the end of the day. I just put my largest bid for fence cleaning, $8,000. Would be nice to get, but might regret in the end. Well, you'll learn. If not, you'll learn if you bid it right. Still got a little bit more equipment to go, but excited. Do you recommend getting QuickBooks? It's not a bad thing to do. Hey Jason, I just signed up to your membership. I'm finishing up on the soft wash blend manifold and getting to the money. Parkersburg, West Virginia. Parkersburg is where the job is. It's bottom right side of Ohio and just south of 77 where the job is. I wouldn't probably get there till about lunch, but I might be able to do that. I got to make sure I ain't got nothing else on my schedule on Tuesday, but that might be a cool little video to do. I thought about using one of my Brute trash cans as a buffer tank. You can. What equipment do you need to business the pressure washer and a surface cleaner? What equipment do you need besides the pressure washer and a surface cleaner? A downstream injector. When will that video be up? And just use or do you just use a Uniseal? You can use a Uniseal, absolutely. What kind of pumps do you use to suck up the water that shouldn't go down the drain on the street? You can use the, I can't think what it's called. You use the pressure washer and you stick it down in there, the sludge sucker. Y'all got to listen or read the E-Myth before starting your business. Wish I had beginning of last year. I told you, dude. I just read it just a couple of days ago when I went to Raleigh. I just read it when I went to Raleigh this past couple weeks ago. Again, E-Myth is a great book. You can go to pressurewashhelp.com/store. This is what the beginning of this video was about. pressurewashhelp.com/store. And in there, you go down here to the books. It looks like there's a couple different E-Myth books. It's this one right here, E-Myth Revisited, a great book. The other book I was talking about tonight of growing a pressure washing business is They Ask You Answer. Another awesome book. 2 awesome books right there. I highly recommend both of those books, especially if you're just starting out. One of my signs blew off the pole and landed in a guy's yard, and he called me for a commercial quote. That's awesome. That's funny. That is funny. That's awesome. Hey, Jason, I had a buddy of mine help me cut a nice wood frame for my hose reel, bolted my 5 gallon to the truck bed as well, ready to get working. You ever have someone book with you a week or two out and then cancel the day before? Yep. The only thing that can really help you do that is take deposits. Join Jason membership, best info in the pressure washing game, and write it off on your taxes. Best investment you can make, especially if you're new. Um, Contracted 2 property managers today for commercial properties after your video with Rodney on Sunday. Thanks for the great info. That's awesome, Luke. Luke's going to kill it. Luke is going to kill it this year. Just bought your course 20 minutes ago. Time to win and hard work equals success. Usually took 2 weeks to the day. Yeah, that's like I said, the place I know took about that too. What should I use besides Yelp, Google Business for marketing? And sorry, I'm late. What should I use besides Yelp and Google? Google My Business. I wouldn't even worry about Yelp. Google My Business, LinkedIn, Facebook, signs, all kinds of things. Read that book that I was saying. Got a call from today from City Council. Got a call from. He says he wants to soft wash 3 overpasses. We haven't done any multiple work. What to buy? The biggest thing is over water. If it's over water, you can't soft wash that. You'll have to pressure wash it or use something. You don't want that bleach going down in that water. Jason, how was the standard in Nashville recently? My favorite place in Nashville. It's cool, dude. I love that place. That's where we always have BBB at. And again, there's people in there that are high end. Could you provide some info on what the Rise and Grind planner does for you? What makes it different from other planners? There's nothing really that sets it apart. In fact, I was going to give a planner away. I got the full, I think this is the full focus planner here by Michael Hyatt. I was going to give it away, but I didn't. I may give it away in the group. It's just making sure that the Rise and Grind kind of gets you up, going, and moving, and that kind of stuff. UZ marketing is taking forever. There's also out of Texas, and it's the busiest time of year. I'm waiting for signs and shirts. Thanks for the advice. I'm setting up a pressure washing detailing in Ireland. I agree. You taught me marketing is everything. If there's not one thing that I want to push more than anything, guys, is this right here. Marketing, marketing, marketing. And yes, I know the equipment is fun and sexy and fun to play with, but that's not what makes you grow a business. I was just asked to clean an airport towers. Any advice? Ladder won't reach that high. Madison Power Washing and Lawn Care. I guess you're going to have to find something that'll reach. Whether you do a tower or a crane or something like that. That'd be a little tricky. Yeah, Michael's channel is awesome as he is lots of knowledge. Dark Horse, marketing is everything. Remember, you don't own a pressure washing business. You own a marketing company that just so happens to spray water. Thanks for your help with Google Ads, Jason. Closed $6,000 in jobs for $100. Well worth it. Investment, that's awesome. What's Michael's last name again? Hindeliner. Do I need... I have a painting business, but I should brand pressure washing business separate, or just, I would probably do it separate, Elmo. I got to have a stupid year to pay off my home. Hindeliner is it. Mindset is everything. I follow for a couple years now. Thanks again for your advice and tips and tricks. Just had a $6,000 week. That's awesome. Who else was asking J&N Equipment in West Palm Beach? I'm so glad Jason is doing a live. My job sucks anymore. Can you write the books below? Yeah, Skylift for trail. I have LinkedIn, and now hopefully I'll become the next success story. Awesome. All right, guys. We've been at this for an hour and 15 minutes. Again, if you want to go check out the mentorship program, it is something. I'm limiting to 5 people. You can go check it out. It's for 4 months. You get me on Voxer. It's basically how Jason with out of Florida got to $150,000 last year, voxing me every day, bugging me every day. But that's fine. But that's where he was able to get a lot of debt paid off. If you want to go check out the free, you get 30 days free in the membership. Go check out pressurewashhelp.com/free. In there, I teach you everything you need to know to how to grow a pressure washing business. And then one last thing is the in-person training. This is where it's a day's worth of training. You learn. I teach you everything. I show you everything. I teach you everything, and then you get to do everything. And that is the awesome thing about that. You get to do the pressure washing, you get to do the surface cleaning, you get to do the 12 volting, you get to see how the trailers are built, all of that kind of stuff. So it was an awesome class. I have lots of fun, lots of success stories out of it, and I would highly recommend you to do it. Go check it out. There's only 3 spots left, or 4 for that too. There's 3 spots left. I got 7 people signed up right now, and there's only 3 spots left. Go check it out, and I'll see you on Sunday.